And the entire cast of Downton Abbey is with us before the final season kicks off. It's all ahead, as we say.
Good Morning America continues live from Times Square with Robin, George, Lara, Amy, and Ginger.
And that's not all. There they are, the entire cast of Downton Abbey here this morning. They're live.
Isn't it strange to see them in 2015 clothing? My world is just rocked right now.
Amy, super fan.
All about the last season coming up. Good Morning America. Can you tell we're excited?
Take it away, you guys.
We are very excited. We're in England, too. Look at this stuff. This is so great. We have tea and a beautiful rug here.
Sort of like that. End of an era is near. The final season of Downton Abbey premieres January 3rd.
And the stars of our favorite upstairs, downstairs drama are here with a sneak peek at season 6, a scene with the two new lovebirds.
Ah, Mrs. Hughes.
You don't think maybe you should start calling me Elsie?
Not here. Not while we're working.
Oh, go on then.
I wish we could settle the date.
There's no rush, is there?
Look at you, Phyllis playing hard to get.
Always.
Here we are, so delighted to have Jim Carter, Phyllis Logan, Elizabeth McGovern, Hugh Bonneville, Michelle Dockery, Alan Leach, Kevin Doyle with us all this morning. Thanks, you guys, for coming back to GMA. As you may know, we are fans. Amy and I share our weekly conversation about the show, so we're just so thrilled to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks for inviting us into your beautiful front room.
Yeah. Doesn't it remind you of the cast?
At home, right?
I'm tiny.
You're at Highclere. You didn't know that. Highclere in Times Square. I love it. Jim and Phyllis, you all are the two lovebirds, and everything had been building to that moment, except I was actually surprised when you popped the question. Were you two surprised by the script at all, or were you expecting it?
We'd had 5 years building up to it, let's face it.
A very slow burn, wasn't it?
Yeah, slow-moving romance. Yeah, it was delightful to propose to my darling.
You too.
This is a family show.
How was it for all of you filming that last episode?
Very emotional.
We all ended on different days, didn't we? We all had our big cry, I think.
And
Pretty much every single one of us.
Did our last scene together, and
We did our first scene together and our last scene together, so that was rather nice.
And when they said that's a wrap, did you get emotional?
I felt sick. I just couldn't believe it was happening. But yeah, it was. But the goodbyes have just kind of kept going. I mean, it's just the longest goodbye.
Yeah.
And
this is like the last
is it
shout,
sort of wrapped up with a bow? I know you can't get too specific, but is there an opportunity for perhaps a movie, or I mean, or all these storylines, because season 5 was so busy? Did you guys wrap up them all up in a way that it's really kind of a logical conclusion?
Anything is possible still.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about ending with the spaceship is that you can go back to we could arrive anywhere, really, next. So.
We could do a movie on Mars.
Yeah.
That was funny.
is there a wedding?
There's always a wedding.
We go to a church quite a lot, and several people are in white, but I couldn't possibly say who.
You know that film, 4 Weddings and a Funeral?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like that at all.
It's 25 weddings and 46 funerals.
We want a lot of fan questions from our social media. I want to ask Alan. I mean, the fact that you're here tells me that Branson may be back from Boston.
No, it was just a coincidence. I was actually going for breakfast and I bumped into these guys and just said I'd pop in. Yeah, I'm not in the show at all.
So when we last left you, you had left Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
And so in this season, are you happy with the way your line concludes, your storyline?
I think, as you say, that the fact that I'm here means that he may make an appearance again. I think Downton definitely is Branson's home, so it's great that he's there for the final series.
What's it been like, though, to see the success here in the United States? I mean, obviously, the UK, it's a foregone conclusion this became a huge success, but were you all surprised that it was the United States citizens took so, oh my gosh, just like me, just loved every second of it?
Nobody could have anticipated that, and then the generosity and the openness and the enthusiasm we've been met with over here has been remarkable. I was in Nashville, you know, and I didn't know that Downton would play in Nashville. Every 20 yards, Mr. Carson, you know, the Cowboys. Sorry, country musicians, hello Nashville.
Yes. And Elizabeth, I understand that when you're out with Hugh, you know, you get a little upset because he's kind of the man of the hour.
Well, put it this way, twice.
Oh, you've heard this story then?
Yes, I have.
Twice, actually. Once, where was it? In Alnwick, where we filmed some of the show this last season, someone came dashing over and said, "Oh, you know, can we take a photograph? Can we take a photograph?"
And handed me the camera.
And handed her the camera.
Oh my gosh.
It's only because.
And Hugh eats that up, I bet.
It also happened on the White House lawn.
Oh, did it?
I was taking notes.
I had forgotten that one.
Season 5 saw your characters, which was quite shocking, like a little bit of a shake-up in the core
That was a
marriage.
bit rocky.
Yeah.
Well, Elizabeth had some temptation, yes?
Yes.
They did.
I got to wrestle with Richard E. Grant, which was hilarious.
And one of them left with a broken rib.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yes.
me.
And you've described your character, Hugh, as a bit of an emotional dinosaur. So will we see you sort of come out and emote?
He doesn't quite come out, but he...
that would have been a great storyline.
That's the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie. Yeah, no, he finds his place in the changing world of Downton Abbey eventually. But you know, this final season, I think, has many of the flavours of the very first season, where you know, we really got to know these characters first, and everything seems to come back down into exploring those characters that we've loved, and some get their comeuppance, some don't, some get the happy ending, some don't. It's a bit like life.
Speaking of like how it ends, obviously Michelle, it's so hard. Like Lady Edith and Lady Mary, it's just been a rocky sister relationship. Any chance that may change or evolve?
Well, I
Mostly
saying no.
Yeah, no. I think it's like a pressure cooker with the two sisters. So yeah, it may reach a head at some point.
Does Lady Mary find love and happiness?
Maybe. It's a very, as ever, it's a rocky road.
Yeah.
It's very up and down.
Wasn't it fun watching her try to find it last season?
Oh,
though?
yes, it
With
was.
not one, but two very nice candidates.
More, please.
Yeah. I think there was more than one.
I think there was three.
No, there were two in particular that I thought were
And the third one has entered the scene.
He gets around.
Excuse me.
Well, you will see so much coming up on Downton Abbey, the final season. It premieres January 3rd on Masterpiece on PBS. We cannot wait.
Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to get back outside to Ginger.
Hello, Lara. I'm very excited too.